All right, this is my brother's 72 Dodge Dart. We're just going to do a little look at before the cruising season starts. You're going to look at the brakes and just go over get it up on the lift and look underneath and make sure everything looks okay. So, you're the Dodge Dart expert. So tell us when this was made and the options it had. Or
it's a fairly rare swinger in the fact that it's got factory air, it's got AM/FM radio. By the way, the car was built in October of '71, but it is a '72 model. Mostly original. It's had one paint over on it. Interior is original. It's got original 318, a 904 automatic transmission, and it's pretty rare in the fact, like I said earlier, of the options it has on it.
Yeah, and you don't see many that still look original. Most people either paint them a different color or do something different and put a different engine or whatever. But
yeah, most have been tubbed and drag raced.
Yeah, a lot of that, I'm sure, yeah. There's a light car, I'm sure they were good for drag racing.
They were excellent for that.
Yeah.
Sure were.
Let's look at the interior here real quick before we put it up on the lift. You know what color green that's called?
I want to say emerald. That's probably not the true code sheet color, but it's an emerald green.
Now you told me this is more than likely original carpet that you've dyed.
I re-dyed it. It had faded some. Supposedly it's original carpet.
Well, it probably was if it was faded. Yeah.
I dyed it back to bring the color back in it. It does have the high option interior. It's got the medallions on the seats, houndstooth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The lower grade interior had the built-in headrest in the seat. It just curved up. It wasn't a two-piece headrest.
This one raises up.
Raised it up,
Okay.
And it didn't have, to my knowledge, I don't think it had a flip-down armrest on there. By the way, it does have a map light, which was an option.
Huh.
Of course, we don't use maps now, do we?
No, now we
need a GPS light now.
Now we look at our phone, don't we?
Right.
And we got some popcorn and Coke and a hot dog.
Got plenty to eat back there.
Let's look under the hood. Look like we got a little chrome there, the valve covers and the breather. The air cleaner, you put those on, I'm assuming.
Right, right. I've got the originals. I may, in my older years, if I live long enough, I might put the original back on. I've got all the original air cleaner and valve covers.
That's 318, right?
318. Does have factory air.
Yeah, I noticed the old big compressor. That's what they used back then.
And it works.
Wow.
After a few $100s of repairs, but it works.
All right. Now that engine block color, I think you told me that some of them were that color and some of them were another color.
Most of them, honestly, were blue. I didn't want a blue block cover on a green car.
Okay.
And so I done the Hemi orange on it. Not much of it even shows there, but that has been changed.
And I like your battery cover. That's just a cover over the battery.
It's actually a kit.
Yeah.
That's available. And you can take a flat top generic battery and make it look like a $200 Mopar.
Right.
Or a $300 Mopar, probably.
And all the ignition is stock. I see the resistor on the firewall.
Right.
So choke still works okay. The
choke
auto
works
choke.
all right. It's a little over choked sometime on a cold day, but it does open when it warms up. It has a points ignition. I haven't bothered about changing it. It runs flawlessly and starts good. And if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right. Does have a dual master cylinder, which is good. That way one part, you get a leak on the back or the front wheel, you still got the other to stop you. And we got an underhood cover.
Yes, sir.
I've hunted for them for my 66 Fastback, and the only ones I can find are plain. They don't have the logo. That's pretty neat. All right, let's look at the trunk. Yeah, we got the plaid material like the cars had back then. And
original jack.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Which I hope I don't have to use. That's one of them hook on the bumper. One of them that guaranteed to kill you if you don't watch.
What a way to mount a jack.
Well,
but hey, it works.
Take you an hour and a half to get it out of there. But
yeah, it goes in the bottom there and then fastens at the top, I guess. Or
got a spring on it there.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Now the LED lights aren't stock, I know. So
right out of the factory.
Yeah, right. That's pretty neat though.
The original dome light's still under there too.
Original.
The plunger switch.
Yeah, that's just the original switch you used on the LED. Yeah. There's always cleanup stuff. As you can see, this car is just filthy. He doesn't keep it clean at all.
Very hard.
Yeah, here's some unique things that he has. This factory litter bag. Then we got a 72 Dodge sale book for the dealer. There's another dealer brochure, operator's manual, emission control information, and there's the factory colors. And is this Sherwood green?
Sherwood green.
Sherwood green, that's the color of this car right there. And this tag was on the key, or on the key surround, tells you how to start the engine with the automatic choke. And here's a factory build sheet. You don't find these very often. This was this in the seat?
It was on the back, upright part of the back seat.
Yep.
In by the springs. Then there was a corner of it tore off for some reason.
Right. They just stuffed these in at the factory sometimes. Sometimes they throw them away, I guess. But that's really rare to have that too. Okay, you changed the wheels.
Right.
Them Kragers?
Right.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now, you did tell me this is a 5x4 bolt pattern?
Five bolt pattern, on 4-inch.
Where Ford's 4.5.
Yeah,
but
and the newer Mopars, if you go up to, this is 72, if you go to 73 above, it was 4.5.
And then 73 had to stick out bumpers, didn't they? The 5 mile an hour bumper. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Original grill and bumper, I'm sure.
Right.
There's your hose in the bumper for the jack to hook in. Very unsafe, but that's what we had.
Fall on you, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, hear stories of people jacking them up and them falling off the jack.
I heard a cute story about that. They said if you use one of them, jack it up real quick and pull a NASCAR on it real quick and get out from under it before it falls.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be under it with that jack in there. Now, these turn signal indicators, they work?
Yes.
So did all the darts have that?
No, LH option on the trim.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Failed to mention that.
Okay, well, we'll get the lift positioned here and we'll raise it up and look underneath. All right, we're going to hunt for dirt.
nothing.
That original undercoating, probably.
Yeah, I've probably touched up some black over. Yeah, it was a factory undercoat.
It looks like the old, old type, thick.
Thick stuff. It's pretty solid.
Let's just start at the back and we'll walk to the front. We were discussing whether this is 7 1/4 or 7 1/2 rear end. I'll look that up and I'll put a...
I think it's a 7 1/4.
Yeah. I'll make sure and I'll put a caption to tell you what size. But it's a small one. You can see, not a very big rear end. Three-speed automatic transmission?
Yeah, it's a 904. It's a 3-speed, no overdrive. No,
okay.
It's 3-speed.
Yeah.
Got a 273 rear.
Yeah,
So it's a good cruiser.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's about 60 mile an hour, about $2,000, 2,100.
That's about right. Okay, well, we can't find anything wrong under here. So we're going to let it down just a little. And we're going to pull the front wheels off. Just check the brake shoes and see what they look like. Well, this is strange to me. Probably not to you Dodge guys. But apparently there's a bearing inside this whole assembly. In other words, this doesn't come off and the studs stay like on a Mustang, which is what I'm used to. So we're going to have to take the key out and the nut and pull the whole hub off. Well, and the brake shoes, a lot of life left in those. We're going to clean them off and then we'll put it back. Now you said you had these brakes done, I mean, 15,000 miles or so?
Been about 15,000 miles, yes.
Yeah.
And they look remarkably well.
Yep.
Look real good.
Well, that's pretty simple.
Oh, God,
Those pads look good. Don't see anything wrong with them. Still got the color to them like a new pad would have. All right, we're gonna just need to tighten the nut, and then we got a cotter key. All right, that's getting a little tight. Oop, that's too tight now.
Back it off just.
Put the cotter key.
I don't feel no motion.
See if it lines up.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Bingo. Think that's good enough?
Yep. It's got just a little pressure. It feels tight.
There's no in play this way.
No. Probably get that rubber mallet if you want to beat that on a little
Yeah, keep denting the cap up.
However, someone's already used a regular hammer on it.
50 plus years of maintenance.
Yeah. They've kind of beat her flat there on her. Luckily, he had this thin wall socket. I didn't have one that was that thin.
I bought a set of them. I got the whole set. And I just pulled them two out and put in my pouch in case they were flat. Okay, we'll double check them with that. Once they draw up, you got room around them.
Yep.
But if they're sagging the least bit.
All right, both front tires, wheels back on, so we're letting it down now, and then he's gonna check the lug nuts with a strong arm, make sure they're tight. Click.
Yeah. Click.
Click. That about 85 pounds?
Give or take. Now, the torque is set at about that, but I'm just double checking, make sure the battery was good. All right.
Click, click, got that done. Okay, I think we've done about all we can do. A couple more things I wanted to mention. The vinyl top, that was an option, correct?
Right.
Okay. And what about the hood scoops? They all have hood scoops?
Been added.
Okay.
They did not come on a Dodge Swinger.
Okay.
To my knowledge. Yeah.
Well, they look like they're
on
wrong.
the 340s.
But they were there when you bought the car?
Right, when I bought the car.
Yeah.
I think the 340s probably came with hood scoops.
Well, they look good on it. They've got them spaced correctly, it looks like. It's 1972 Dodge Dart Swinger. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Yep. Well, we hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, how about giving us a like and subscribing to our channel? Thanks.